Hello and welcome to another Dragon Ball video here on the DBHype channel. I hope you all been enjoying the flurry of Dragon Ball content in this month of August, especially the brand new Dragon Ball movie, that movie being Dragon Ball Super Superhero. In it, we follow the return of the Red Ribbon Army through the likes of Commander Red's son, Magenta, who has built up the army backing up in an effort to finally take over the planet for themselves, taking on the descendant of Jiro by the name of Dr. Hedo, a scientist who has been knacked for superheroes and creating androids, combining these two passions together to create Gamma 1 and 2, flashy yet strong androids that are designed to save others and eliminate evil. However, Hedo also begins working on reviving Cell under the request of Magenta. This Cell in question is the Cell Max we see in Superhero movie. Dr. Hedo is rebuilding him with the mind control function so he is able to be controlled and prevented from going on a mindless rampage. We all know that Cell Max is incredibly strong, so much that he was able to continue fighting with just one arm without much issue. But how strong is Cell Max compared to the likes of Goku and Vegeta? In today's video, we'll be discussing the levels of strength and comeback power that Cell Max possesses and discussing who could beat Cell Max and, evidently, how strong Cell Max actually is. Let's start out by taking a look at Cell Max's fighting style. Despite being a mindless beast, Cell attacks pattern feels very coordinated, and though throughout in similar fashion to Great Ape Vegeta, who uses various punches and even kicks against Goku. Cell Max does this as well, using everything at his disposal while on his rampage. Because of this, we can determine that despite his mindless rage, Cell Max is considerably intelligent in terms of a fighter's perspective. We see Cell Max capitalize on any opportunity to cause harm, such as destroying Piccolo's arm with a ki blast so he and Piccolo were both missing an arm and thus eliminating that advantage. Against multiple foes, Cell Max can often struggle to keep up with just how much is going on. We see him take swings and blasts at the fighters, but the pressure of having to fight more than one person can often overwhelm him. However, if you interrupt him when he's fighting against one person, then he seems to be far more formidable against multiple foes, as he was able to swat any attacker with utmost ease. This shows us that Cell Max will go above and beyond his normal capabilities to get whatever he wants done. We see this during his fight against Giant Orange Piccolo, who he is absolute destroys even when the others gets involved. Overall, Cell Max's general intelligence leaves him much to be desired, but he is smart enough to on the battlefield to pose a formidable threat to the fighters around him. Now onto power. Cell Max's power is quite hard to determine, as in some shots, he seems to be taking some level of damage from the likes of Krillin. Yet, Gohan and Piccolo comment that even Goku and Vegeta might have struggled against Cell Max or not beat him at all. If we go off in this information, this means that Cell Max is either on or near Broly's level of strength, as Broly was able to keep up with the likes of Goku and Vegeta before they fused into Gogeta. However, Cell Max definitely suffers from the outburst and the gigantic size, playing a factor into the battle accuracy. Because he's such a huge size, his attacks are far easier to see coming in contrast to Broly. Anyways, Cell Max is looking to be hovering near Broly levels of power, which makes him an incredible formidable foe against the other fighters who narrowly stands a chance against him. Now that we discussed Cell Max's technique and power, it's time to move on to his most important factors, weaknesses. Right out of the gate, it is made apparent to everyone that he has a fate sail buried inside in his head that will activate a self-destruction sequence should Cell Max grow too far out of control. This begs the ultimate question: what can break Cell Max's head? We all know that Beast Gohan's special beam cannon shot through Cell Max's head and thus defeating him with ease. However, we have seen that blunt trauma is enough to at least cause a crack in his Cell Max's head, thanks to Gotenks' body weight hitting him with high velocity. So, this means two things. Attacks with parented properties or attacks with extremely physical impact are enough to destroy Cell Max's weak spot. However, we should also take into consideration that Cell Max himself makes it incredibly difficult to hit said weak spot. It took Piccolo a lot of work just to keep Cell Max still for the special beam cannon, even sacrificing his arm to prevent Gamma 2 from attacking his head. In order to capitalize on Cell Max's weakness, a fighter would have to be able to hit his head hard and as fast as possible, which only selects a few fighters are able to do. With that in mind, let's discuss who amongst the cast of Dragon Ball would be able to defeat Cell Max. Let's start off with the Z fighters and the cast of Superhero itself. Krillin and Tien would have be much effective winners if they were incredibly powerful. Combining their useful techniques such as the Solar Flare with protective techniques like the Destructo Disc or Dodon Ray would sure be far away to win the fight. However, they are far from able to keep up with Cell Max to stand a chance, so unfortunately they would not have to come out on top. Gamma 2 by himself would stand no chance, but if his self-destruction connected with his head, then he would most definitely have enough power to destroy Cell Max's head. As such, Gamma 2 would probably be able to win, but at the cost of his own life. Piccolo and his newfound orange power definitely proved to be a valuable asset to the others, as he was able to hold Cell Max back temporarily before he was eventually slaughtered before Gohan's eyes. However, if Piccolo were strong enough, he could most definitely destroy Cell Max's head with his own rendition of Special Beam Cannon. Although Piccolo didn't win against Cell Max, he would have definitely had stand a chance in the right conditions with a little bit more strength. Gohan isn't able to win on his own without his beast form, which we know is more than enough to finish off Cell Max completely. What about Goku? Now, Goku at Super Saiyan Blue might struggle if Cell Max is as strong or near Broly's strength, as Broly more than kept up with him and Vegeta as they were Super Saiyan Blue. However, Ultra Instinct Goku may be more than enough to defeat Cell Max. Not only he does possess incredible power and speed, he can also summon a giant of bird shapes to keep Cell Max under control. Not only this, he has enough physical power to shatter gem-like areas such as Moro's during the battle against Moro fused with the Earth. Therefore, Ultra Instinct Goku would wipe the floor with Cell Max if it came down to a battle between those two. As for Vegeta, it's hard to say as we've only ever seen him use a parental techniques during his time as an evil Saiyan during the Saiyan Saga and parts of the Namek Saga. If he did, he would most likely use his own fist as a preventative force against Cell Max's head. However, this is pre-Ultra Ego Vegeta, and as such his strongest form, as of right now, is Blue Evolution. Therefore, it is absolutely unclear if Vegeta would in fact to be able to win, so we'll give it a tie for the time being. Frieza, on the other hand, has plenty of attacks designed to cut and penetrate for his victims. Unfortunately, lacking the power for it to matters at Cell Max is around Broly's power level. We all know what happened when Frieza went against Broly. Therefore, we can say that Frieza will most likely not win against Cell Max due to sheer power differences. Beerus and Whis will most likely have zero issues due to their insanely large power gaps, so they win against Cell Max. Broly would likely be on even footing against Cell Max, maybe even using his incredible power to punch through Cell Max's head. Therefore, it is a very decent chance that Broly will come out on top, but it depends on how Broly goes on exploiting Cell Max's weak spot. Lastly, let's discuss the Fusion Warriors. Despite failing, Gotenks was able to cause an indentation in Cell Max's head through sheer velocity alone. Therefore, both Gogeta and Vegeta would have next to no issue facing and defeating Cell Max. Gogeta's combat powers and sheer power would pose a massive threat to Cell Max, while Vegeta's Spirit Sword would make most likely quick at the end of the match without having to go through more effort. Overall, the Fusions would have more than enough pummel to Cell Max and emerge victorious. Overall, Cell Max is incredibly strong enough that Gohan and Piccolo worried that he even would be a problem for Goku and Vegeta. But let us know, what do you think? Do you think Cell Max is truly as powerful as them? Discuss your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to keep up with the latest Dragon Ball content and news. Thank you for watching, everybody. See you all in the next video. Take care.